to affect a lot of what's going on with you. And like I said, my job is to prevent a lot of these diseases that are happening. And I can do that. But if you don't tell me certain things, if you don't help, and like your job is to help families get better. But if people aren't coming in and saying, hey, this is really what's happening, and this is really what I say, because listen, I've been around young people, I've been around teenagers, I've been around, and sometimes, especially, I've had some parents talk about their teenagers, they're like, listen, when she says X, Y, and Z, I need Jesus to help me out because I just don't know what's going to happen in this moment, because this girl, like, so, but if you don't go into the therapist and say, listen, this is what I'm thinking in that moment, then how can I help you process that so that you guys can get better and get to the next step and do what you need to do? I feel like there's going to be a part two, because people are going to be like, hey, I need some more information. But right now, tell them how they can find you, because you have the manhood mindset. That is your consulting business. You do that. You do a lot of things. You're a professor, like all of these different things. So let them know about the manhood mindset and then the other things that you do and how they can find you, because I know they want to know.
Gotcha. Before I do that, I want to say something that's fresh on my mind. Before we tell kids they got to go get therapy, be honest about why you're sending them. Because a lot of people are sending kids to therapy and not honest about how we messed them up. I'm sending you to therapy because I was not honest with you for the first 8 years of your life. You don't, because right now, when I have a parent that brings me their kid and I will say, hey, do you know why you're here? They were like, no, she just told me I need to be here. I said, nope, mom, come here. Nope, we're finna do this today. Do not take your child to therapy until you can be honest about why you're taking them. Because if you think it's just something wrong with them, we have a problem. It's something wrong about the environment that we did or did not control that has affected our children, and we need to make sure there's a problem, but the child is not the problem. The child has been affected by the problem. I just wanted to say that. Thank you for that.
No, I appreciate that. That's good. Yeah.
Got to be. So my business is called Manhood Mindset. It started off as a radio show just for people to call in and just talk about anything they wanted to have, get questions with, right? And I was a comm arts major in college. Ended up getting my school counseling degree and my doctorate in curriculum studies. So it's a consulting business and it is evolving. One thing I have found out that it does not have a label. It just has a purpose. And our purpose depends on who's in front of me. That's where I'm at. The other day they were like, what kind of business do you have? I said, it depends on who's in front of me. I just give information based off the questions you give me, right? So manhood mindset. A lot of people are like, why did you say manhood mindset? Well, I believe what people were saying. A lot of people said there were not enough men in the schools. There were not enough men in the homes. So I named it after what people said they needed. Now, either they were telling the truth or they weren't. So it's, you know what I mean? And most of the people who get to know what is in a man's mind, instead of putting it in there, they wanted to see what was in there to get out of it, were young ladies and grown women. A lot of people don't know how many older women who've never been told really what's going on with men. They've been repeating things they've been told by other women, and they really just want to see a perspective that they can use. They don't even want to agree with it. They just want to be able to utilize it so they don't waste time, right? Also an author. I want everybody to go to Amazon or Books A Million, and I wrote a book called Thrival Kit. The best teacher is always the best student. Again, it's not, you know how people say survival? Thrival Kit, the best teacher is always the best student, is basically a proactive approach to life itself. How we can actually look at mistakes as research instead of a label that we have less value because we made a mistake. A mistake is just like putting something under a microscope to see if your solution worked or not, right? And if it did not work, only thing you have to do is not repeat the mistake, and that is research itself, okay? So Thrival Kit, the best teacher is always the best student. I'm a professor at Georgia Southern University. I teach a diversity course for future teachers. And basically, we talk about everything that can ruin a cookout or a birthday party, right? Religion, warfare. We talk about sex. We talk about sexism. We talk about classism, and talk about dehumanization and genocide. A lot of people don't know that genocide, one of the first steps in genocide, is to erase all the men. That's a lot of people don't get it. And so when you're dealing with warfare, it's not because men can't benefit only from warfare. There are some groups of men who don't benefit at all. And our world has been at war since the very first conflict ever recorded, right? So you got the book, you got Manhood Mindset. I'm also an educational consultant. So what I do is go into different K through 12 institutions, colleges and universities, and now I'm in religious institutions. I go to churches, mosques, synagogues. It doesn't matter. Anywhere where people are included, I can help them communicate, and I know exactly how to understand status and politics. Politics does affect our listening skills, right? I'll give you an example. Some people think you have to be married to tell the truth about marriage. No, your status does not invalidate the statement. If I say you can't abuse someone to stay married, me being married or not does not invalidate my statement. So I know how to handle politics with trainings and conversations that we have, because honestly, a lot of us know how to talk, but a lot of us don't know how to communicate to save our lives. Yep. So manhoodmindset.com, Thrival Kit on Amazon, Books a Million. You can look up, I'm on social media, Manhood Mindset on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm not a big TikToker, but I'm gonna have to do it if I want to keep feeding my family. And I'm Christopher. I'm on Manhood Mindset on Facebook, and Christopher Pugh is my personal page. And I'm on LinkedIn as well, Dr. Marion Christopher Pugh. LinkedIn is a very good tool. So if you want more information and you want me to come out to your institution, I'll be more than happy to work with your institution and answer any questions that you may have. I specialize in inappropriate questions. A lot of people don't know what I mean by that. All the questions you've been told not to ask, those are the ones that solve problems. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, your willingness to come and talk about it, because I know that it is something that is very much needed. I can tell that a lot of people really enjoyed the conversation that we had today. They're probably going to say, hey, okay, when y'all going to do next one? What else are we talking about? But I really, really do appreciate it, because I know that it is a topic that, like you said, a lot of people aren't talking about it, but it's affecting us. And it's like, okay, well, what can we do about it? So I appreciate your time and being able to come and share today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for opening up the avenue to have this conversation. We are seeing where a lot of people are standoffish of this conversation, because we see a lot of people arguing. And I want people to hear me loud and clear. A lot of people who are talking about relationships, it's not that they have to be in a relationship to talk about it, but they do have to have a good intent behind the conversation. Now, there's a lot of people out here who are trying to confuse and argue. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to eliminate confusion and have a discussion so we can start putting these families back together, so our children will stop burning down the world because they're angry at us. I want people to hear me. Our children are angry. And the reason why they're angry, they're watching adults act just like them. Back in the day, when we couldn't see grown folks talking, we didn't know how they were acting, so we still had a level of respect. The reason why kids have a lower level of respect for us is because we show them all of our low-level activity. We're showing them we're fighting with each other. We're throwing drinks at each other on the shows, Instagram. Now, watch that. I want everybody to hear me when I say this. A young lady was bullying someone else at a school, right? And I said, what makes you think that it's okay to bully? She said, well, I got Instagram. I see adults bully each other all the time. I didn't think it was a big deal. So regardless of whose fault you think it is, I'm not dealing with right or wrong. I'm dealing with true and false, cause and effect. We got a lot of work to do. And Man Mindset is here to at least make a contribution.
Well, thank you so much. Listen, guys, thank you so much for sticking with us today, for watching. Be sure to continue to tune in, because we will continue to bring you great content, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and turn on your notification. If you are in the area and you're looking for a primary care doctor, you